Today on X-Play, experience the joy of portable roid rage when NFL Street 2 hits the PSP. Plus, Bob and Steve return for a new edition of Splinter Cell Co-op Theater, and we review Echo, Secrets of the Lost Cavern. Wait, how do you lose a cavern? It's game time. There will be only Adam Sessler, Morgan Webb, and Darkness.
And Darkness has the day off. Morgan?
Hello and welcome to X-Play.
On today's show, do you miss?
Then perhaps you'll enjoy our review of Echo, the point and click adventure about hot prehistoric teens who get chased by lions.
It's like Myst if Myst were made by the creators of Degrassi Junior High and set in a cave.
Plus, Flipnic Ultimate Pinball, the pinball game that distinguishes itself from the other pinball games by putting the word Flipnic in the title.
And much later, we review NFL Street 2 Unleashed for the PSP.
Yes, like every other game released since 2003, it puts the word Unleashed in the title.
So it loses a point right there.
Plus, we also review a role-playing game from the developers who brought us the Rhapsody, the musical RPG.
And we unveil a new adult-oriented edition of Splinter Cell Co-op Theater.
Are they all adult-oriented?
Yes, they are.
Okay. But we begin with something that requires extreme pointing and clicking. It's our review of Echo, Secrets of the Lost Cavern with PC.
Hey, point-and-click adventure fans, have you played all 200 Myst sequels and have nothing else to sink your teeth into? Well, those crazy kids at the Adventure Company have whipped up a prehistoric treat for you to feast your eyes on. So warm up your PC and pull out your thinking caps, because Echo, Secrets of the Lost Caverns is here to quash your puzzle-solving needs. For a little while, anyway. In Echo, you play a rock, a young Cro-Magnon hunter who looks like he should be on the WB's version of the Flintstones. While trying to kill his dinner, he gets chased into a cave by a lion. With playing cards not invented yet, Iraq looks to the cave paintings for entertainment, and it's here his adventure begins. That hairless lion seems awfully patient, just staring, judging, kinda creeping me out. This game is played out in first-person perspective, but you have control of the camera to look at all the pre-rendered graphics your little heart desires. The graphics are beautiful with great detail, and the detail doesn't stop with just eye candy. They also have an encyclopedia on hand to tell you about every painting you come across and what it means. Now you can tell your screaming mother that you're learning as well as wasting your life. Along the way, you'll meet a handful of characters that teach you ways of brush making, catching and cooking salmon, flint building, and peer pressure.
Now taste Tika's concoction. We've already drunk some while we were waiting for you.
Yep, all the tools you need to survive as a slacker. Struggling artist in the Paleolithic era. Same thing. Effing hippies. But the main purpose of this game is to solve puzzle after puzzle after puzzle to continue through your quest. Don't like puzzle solving? Then what the hell are you playing this game for? Read the box before you buy, people. Jeez. The puzzle work in this game is pretty original, forcing you to collect simple things like rocks, straps, twigs, fire, all that jazz, which is a welcome change from the switches, boxes, and keys you find in the usual puzzle-solving fare. And just when a puzzle is about to make you drop-kick your monitor, Lady Luck seems to kick your ass into gear, so you can enjoy the cave paintings doing their magic dance. Now, you'd think that in a richly detailed game with a clever concept, you would get a richly detailed story to boot.
But I do so like stories.
Nice try, Lauche. You'll get no such stories here. Now shut your mouth and whip me up more of that concoction stat.
Her concoction was astonishing.
Yes, you can talk to the friends you make along the way, but they usually don't have anything interesting to say.
With Flint, young man. And I'm happy to see you're interested.
Nope, no interest here. I'm gonna watch the walls move again. Ooh, pretty.
It was as if
After bypassing all the caveman dialogue in perfect English, you can beat this game in about 4 hours. So, while this game looks pretty and packs a pinch of the clever, it seems to end before it starts. We give Echo, Secrets of the Lost Cavern, a 3 out of 5.
I had diverted the cat.
So the concoction makes the pictures on the wall move. I think that might have been the same concoction that the guy who created Katamari Damacy was taking.
Kids, just say no to concoctions. no matter how many guys wearing deer horns tell you it's delicious.
Now, back in the 90s, Myst really kicked off the PC adventure gaming boom, and now that boom is totally busted.
Sure, we still get a few licensed point-and-click games for the PC and the occasional original project like Still Life, but for the most part, the PC is now the realm of the first-person shooter.
The last really great PC adventure games we saw were Siberia and its creatively titled sequel, Siberia 2.
Wow. And those games did look beautiful, and the story was actually kind of moving and deep and all that stuff. Now, sure, Echo is okay, but it only stands out because it's not a Law & Order or CSI point-and-click.
And we are over those crime games because no one on the staff is lonely enough to spend their Friday nights in front of a PC running DNA tests on virtual semen.
Yeah, instead of solving horrible deaths, we'd rather cause them in an FPS like Far Cry.
And speaking of horrible deaths, the demise of the local arcade has resulted in hundreds of classic pinball games being relegated to rich guys' basements where they sit next to the bumper pool tables and the Bowflex that hasn't been used since '96.
But that can't stop PS2 owners from getting their pinball fix.
Here's a review of Flipnic, Ultimate Pinball.
Once upon a time, back when you were wee, a game made of wood, glass, metal, and rubber tempted your senses with an array of primitive wonder. You battled with quarters, slapping and bumping the creaking playing field. Thank goodness the PS2 doesn't take quarters. Wait a minute, it takes over $40 for a game. I heart progress. Flipnic Ultimate Pinball brings the traditional game into a double knot 5 context with some interesting upgrades. When you start the game, you're given the option of types of original game environments. There's biology with its interactive flora and fauna, and aliens. There's metallurgy with its honed tool and die look. The optics level kind of pulses like a disco in Tron Town. And geometry. It's an interesting opportunity to mentally change between different forms of thinking. At one moment, you're thinking like an arcade pinball. When you move to another level, the vertiginous excess of advanced video graphics kick in and throw you through dizzy tubes and trails that represent the excess of video games. By the time you get to geometry, you're back once again playing a pinball game like a video game again. The only problem is that the initial wonder fades quickly. Every time you're propelled to a different area, the board becomes small, cramped, and slightly light in the thrills department. The game seems to forget the adrenaline-tinged immediacy of multi-ball, for example, constantly breaking into the thrill with sideshow voice acting and bizarre requests.
Wonderful.
What is the UFO doing? Is great luck better than good luck? Why am I here?
Incredibly lucky today.
A hole captures your ball, and you're told to either remain where you are with one flipper or continue to another level with the other. When your flippers are flailing like a sideshow mutant, you'll accidentally fling yourself into another level, which ends the multi-ball fun fest. Then you'll have to re-trigger multi-ball mode by hitting something.
Danger approaches. Either hit the big tree within the time limit to start multi-ball play.
Minigames tame the beast of tedium only for a moment. Some, like Count the UFOs that fly by, are just plain inane. The bargain price of the title does nothing to stave off control issues and cramped play spaces. Flamingos, UFOs, and pushy cops are fun and all, but the actual game of pinball should have been kept more in the title. With a long-drawn hauler for a change of $1, we give it a 2 out of 5.
How did we get through that review without a Tommy reference or a crack about Uncle Ernie? It's amazing restraint for us.
Well, I was going to dress up as the Acid Queen, but I thought it might freak out the interns.
I think it would have freaked me out.
Well, yeah, probably. I would have had to use your dress to do it.
Coming up, Bob and Steve, still deadly, still stupid.
It was my point. It would start your mother.
Never.
Talk about my mother.
Delta Force Black Hawk Down. Intense single-player missions push you to the limit. The largest multiplayer battlefields on console take you to the cutting edge of online gaming. Delta Force Black Hawk Down, the video game. In stores now. Rated T for teen.
Wanderlust. I was here first.
Yeah, but I saw it first.
It's mine.
No.
Yeah.
Give me this gun.
No.
This is mine.
Gotta have sweet, gotta have new, longer-lasting juicy fruit.
Back in the day, Fat Joe's friend Julio chirped him to invite him to a show, and the rest is history.
But without Boost, he'd stay on that corner where he discovered the ability to communicate with animals.
He said his tooth hurts.
Word of Joe's skills spread fast, and he parlayed this street-level buzz into a lucrative career as a pet psychiatrist.
How does it make you feel when she does that?
But luckily for us, and for Fat Joe, he has Boost Mobile.
Where you at?
Where you at?
Man, this 555 deal's really popular. Mr. Trump, here you go, 3 medium pizzas, $5 each.
Tell you what, I'll counter that offer with an even better one. Here's the deal. You give me those 3 pizzas, only I'll give you just $5 apiece.
Sure. Okay.
Still got it, Donald. Still got it.
Call now and get 3 or more medium one-topping pizzas for just $5 each. Get the door. It's the Domino's 555 deal.
The mother of all video game award shows, hosted by Wilmer Valderrama, with musical performances by the Black Eyed Peas, The Bravery, G-Unit's Tony Yayo, and featuring the sickest lineup of video game exclusives. G-Phoria, Tuesday at 8 p.m.
Play Freebird! It's Adam Sessler and Morgan Webb. Freebird!
Shut up! There's no Freebird game. God, at least not until a licensing agreement is reached.
Welcome back to X-Play. We do not take requests.
Splinter Cell. It's a stealth phenomenon, and through the magic of co-op play, it's bringing people together as never before.
Now with Splinter Cell Chaos Theory, friends can fight virtual terrorists together.
Together. And no friends do more in the service of their country than the Splinter Cells known as Bob and Steve. These are their stories.
When America needs a hero. When freedom stands alone. When justice needs to be upheld, there's only one place to turn. Through the cover of night, America's top agents will defend our liberty from those who wish us harm. Let us join Special Agent Bob and Secret Agent Steve, 2 of the finest official unofficial Splinter Cells.
Hang on, I'm gonna check my email. Oh my god, what the hell?
Whoa, man, put that away.
It's not mine.
Well, that's true. If it was yours, she'd be getting violated by donkeys.
Oh, shut it. You were the last person on this computer.
Wait, just because I was on it last doesn't mean that the porn is mine.
It just popped up when I started the computer.
It just popped up.
Yeah?
Porn doesn't just magically pop up. Besides, if it was my porn, it would star your mother.
Never talk about my mother again.
That's what she said.
It doesn't even make any sense.
Yes, it does. Steve. Steve, are you mad?
Yeah, you like that? You want some more of that?
Feel better?
Look, just once, I want to do this job without you constantly hassling me. Now, could you just help me move the body?
Huh, that's funny. Your mom said the same thing to me last night, only instead of help me move this body, she said help me move this.
I warned you, but no, you had to be a smartass. Well, now you're dead, and I'm not reviving you. And that was my porn.
Join us next week when Steve and Bob disarm more terrorists with their amazing cunning and stuff.
Oh, hello there. I'm Special Agent Bob.
And I'm Secret Agent Steve.
Steve, get out of the way. Sorry. We all had a lot of fun here tonight, and so did Steve's mom.
What was that?
Nothing. I said, hey, what's up? But, of course, we all know that internet porn addiction is a serious problem.
The best course of action to take if this problem persists is to be shot in the crotch. Like so.
Here you go, buddy.
Shh. The only way to overcome your addiction is to have Bob shoot you in the crotch.
We also find this works with drug and alcohol addiction,
as well as addiction to nicotine and World of Warcraft.
And as for Steve's mom, well, no amount of crotch shooting will stop her from being a whore.
You heard it here first. Almost any form of addiction can be cured by getting shot in the crotch.
And also, I hope you all learn to not talk smack about your friend's mom. It's just gratuitous. I mean, we may mock the Dragon Ball Z fans or the Pokemon fans.
And the Full Metal Alchemist fans.
Right, but we don't drag their mothers into it. We draw the line at saying horrible things about moms.
Saying horrible things about their 10-year-old car-battling kids, however, that's just par for the course.
Up next, one bloated game title coming right up with Makai Kingdom, Chronicles of the Sacred Tome.
It's flat out. Compete in full throttle racing, then hit the destruction derby and trash everything you see. There's also 6 bonus games where you hurl the driver out the windshield. You want the most destructive racing game out there? You want Flat Out. Awesome! Rated T for teen.
The passage is intense, but if you complete the journey, you will find your destiny among the world's greatest warriors. The few, the proud, the Marines.
This week on Real Time, presented by Coca-Cola.
Get the damn name right, you idiot.
10 back-to-back episodes of Judgment Day.
Oh, cool! This is a fun game.
This is an ass game.
It's a fun game.
Tomorrow at 5 Eastern, 2 Pacific.
Hey, Mitch. Want to smell my cast? You've lost a powerful ally.
Imagine if you were like Mitch and had access to 1 million songs.
Say, Mitch, you think I can get those status reports I asked for?
Shut up, just shut up, shut up.
Mitch, I'm serious.
With Napster's 30-day free trial, you can be like Mitch. That's unlimited access to 1 million songs, free to check out for 30 days. It's easy. Just sign up at napster.com/TV. Remember, 30 days is just the start to a whole lot of music.
I'm all out of love. I'm so lost without.
Hi, guess what day today is? It's Wednesday.
Get back, get back, get back, get back, get back, get back, get back.
Discover all the music you want at napster.com/TV.
Now with more air quotes, it's Adam Sessler and Morgan Webb.
Welcome back to X-Play.
Glad that's over. A year ago, we took an in-depth look at one of the most terrifying anime games ever made. Rhapsody, the musical RPG.
Why is it so terrifying? Here are some sample lyrics from the Rhapsody song, Amazing Pirates. We are the most amazing pirates. We hunt for sunken treasure in the ocean. When we get sunburned, we put on lotion.
I'm deeply moved. Maybe I'm gonna throw up. Not sure which.
Why do we bring Rhapsody up? Well, because its creators have a new RPG on the market, and we have a review.
This is Makai Kingdom, Chronicles of the Sacred Tome.
The universe is vast. The universe is large. In the universe, there's room for everybody. All beliefs and all faiths. Well, most everybody. That's why we have RPG games. Because somebody out there, Somebody who fears the sun, companionship, live interaction, and all that stuff will always be on the lookout for the next RPG in an endless line of RPGs. We here at X-Play aren't huge fans of bad RPG games. Why, if you lined up all the crappy RPG games we got in the office end to end, we still wouldn't care. But you do! So here's one more review. Makai Kingdom, Chronicles of the Sacred Tome. A title so pretentious, confusing, and self-involved, it just had to be an RPG. Yet, as far as RPGs go, this one has the goods. It begins with Lord Zeta, badass of badasses. He's all that and a bag of microchips. Here's proof in a sequence we call Lord Zeta Overcompensates.
I'm a freaking overlord, you idiot! The strongest one in the entire cosmos! I'm one badass freaking overlord! I'm Lord Zeta, one badass overlord! I'm a freaking overlord! Listen up, you punks! The name's Zeta, and I'm gonna overlord your faces off!
Stealing a plot from the Bad News Bears, Lord Zeta, in order to save himself and his netherworld, combines with a sacred tome. Hence the name of the game. Duh.
Who's the overlord now, bitch?
From here on out, Lord Volkswagen Zeta attempts to get back to normal. Well, relatively normal, I suppose. Lord Z converses with the other overlords in this RPG world. But are they friends, enemies, or something more?
Money! Babes! Alcohol!
There's Pram, the Oracle. She's up to something.
You're the Dark Lord, aren't you? Grow a pair.
And then there's this fella. He likes Schumacher films. Wink, wink.
I'm really worried about Lord Zeta.
And of course, Dragon Overlord Babylon, founding member of the Wu-Tang Clan. And like the Wu-Tang, the battles in Makai Kingdom ain't nothing to screw with either. Zeta can't fight. He's a book. People that read books are wimps. So Lord Z-Boy creates his own soldiers and invites them to every battle. What a freaking sweetheart. The battles are typical RPG-ness. It's turn-based, and whenever an enemy is defeated, unseen map areas are opened up. Wow. Makai Kingdom is fun. It's wacky. It doesn't take itself seriously. RPG fans should love it. Nobody else will.
Put a sock in it already.
Makai Kingdom gets 4, yes, we cover RPGs, out of 5.
Who the hell writes this crap?
I'm going to overlord your face off? Sounds like Johnny Extreme.
The people in the Pondichi software not make RPGs that are accessible to the casual gamer. But even we have to admit that Makai and Phantom Brave do appeal to the hardcore RPG fans. And for that, we have to give Nipponichi props.
We may not always like playing them, but damn it, a lot of you out there do. So RPG fans, this pretentiously titled, artistically lacking, yet oddly satisfying import is for you. Now please go play it and stop sending us hate mail.
Now.
Up next, no helmets, no rules, no battery life. It's NFL Street 2 for the PSP.
Now there's a 268 horsepower hybrid Highlander with hybrid synergy drive. You and Toyota moving forward.
Oh, wow.
Corolla. A lot of stuff for not a lot of money.
You done yet?
You and Toyota moving forward.
How far would you go to get cash to buy video games? EB Games hopes that this scene is not familiar to you, because it doesn't have to be. There's an easier way, pal. Why not trade in your used games for cash? Trade DVD movies for cash. And the same for music CDs. Trade for sweet piles of cash. It's easy, it's quick, and not likely to give you hepatitis B. EB Games and Electronics Boutique. Trade for cash. Trade for games.
So you want me to come over tonight? That's cool.
Puzzle Mobile says you ought to prepay minutes, yo.
I just bought minutes.
Fees, shorty, fees.
25 cents to connect.
Extra $1 a day, extra.
Boom! You guys are clowns.
Getting burned by your prepaid company?
I'm out of here. No hidden fee.
Introducing T-Mobile to Go. Get more prepaid minutes without hidden fees or contracts.
Sweet.
T-Mobile to Go. Straight up prepaid.
Is that a Dell XPS?
Yeah.
Can I touch it?
The only thing better than the way a Dell XPS looks is the way it performs. The Dell Inspiron XPS. Intense power and performance fueled by the Intel Pentium M processor. Impressive design, widescreen display, and cutting-edge graphics. Anywhere you want to go. All for just $21.99. Dell XPS notebooks use Intel Pentium M processors.
It's the spicy Saturday-lo. X-Play is coming up next.
Should I host Euphoria? I mean, my agent told me he's the mother of all video game award shows. I wonder if Chuck Norris ever hosted an award ceremony. I bet I can move like him. God, I'm moving like Chuck Norris. Yeah, it's Euphoria. Now that's exposure.
Now with a 32 megabyte memory stick, it's Adam Sessler and Morgan Webb.
Wait, that was a memory stick? I thought that was Norplant.
Welcome back to X-Play, the most infertile show on Earth.
Football fans have been waiting a long time to toss the pigskin on the PSP.
Well, now that day is finally here. This is the first gridiron game for Sony's handheld.
Here's our view of NFL Street 2 Unleashed for the PSP.
Stand there all day, you're gonna play ball.
It's game time, people, and I'm here to review the first NFL game for the PSP. NFL Street 2 Unleashed is the little brother of last year's smash hit. But with a name like Unleashed, you'd think the people at EA Big had maybe added a little something special to the port version. Not so much. In its defense, the port not only offers all the original game modes, but it also tosses in a few mini-games like Kill the Carrier. In NFL Challenge Mode, gamers must complete painfully inane tasks, such as beating the computer with only a passing game. And in Own the City, gamers not only try to conquer the asphalt, but they can also design their own player. And believe me, nothing says street ball quite like a pink jersey with matching shades. But before you get started cracking skulls, gamers run through a brief tutorial by Westside Tuner himself, Exhibit. Sadly, soundtrack and sound effects are plentiful, but the voiceovers didn't make the cut.
And the rook is all yours.
As such, Mr. X to the Z only appears in the form of a picture and text, which for some reason isn't terribly enthralling. But no matter what mode you choose, when it's time to hit the pavement, I suggest you bring a lunch or maybe some coloring books. The folks at EA have also unleashed some of the longest load times ever to hit the PSP. But you'll be glad you waited because gameplay is solid, including all of the wall jukes, flashy catches, style moves, hard hits, taunts, end zone dances, and game breakers that fans have come to love. Although the blank stares won't be winning any design awards, this title does offer 3D environments that look good and serve up some great gameplay moments. The graphics are strong, providing smooth animation with none of that game lag aftertaste. The widescreen also does well capturing this 7-on-7 extravaganza. Your receivers are never out of sight or out of range. NFL Street 2 Unleashed is a good-looking game with fast-paced action. And if you haven't played the console versions, then this port is definitely worth checking out. Otherwise, you'll probably be disappointed that you shelled out ducats for the same game. In overtime, NFL Street 2 Unleashed just barely makes the playoffs with a wild card berth. We give it a 3 out of 5.
Someone forgot to tell EA that Unleashed is totally over as a game title adjective. Kind of like X.
And we're on to viewer mail.
Today's email is from Captain CKC. The captain writes, I just got Xbox Live and was wondering if you could point out some good games online. I already have a couple like Burnout 3 and Halo 2. Looking for games like those.
All right.
Unreal Championship 2, the Leandri Conflict, great online.
And if you want the driving, you got Forza Motorsport. And if you want something a little bit different, that's action and stealthy. There's the Splinter Cell, both the co-op and the competitive stuff.
And Pandora Tomorrow and Chaos Theory.
Yes, exactly.
Pandora Tomorrow's a
Find
little
it on
cheaper
that.
right now, so you can pick it up for like $20.
So, see, that's good and easy.
Today on X-Play, War is Hell. A hell of a lot of fun, that is, in Battlefield 2. Plus, we review